Let's not talk about the fact that I look homeless and very tired, because they're both true things. Hi guys! Look at my mess of a room. Don't you just love it? I love it so much. Can I just film the entire video like this? I wish. Entire video like this, like cozy, like sitting in bed, like as if I'm about to tell, like if we're having a sleepover and like this is our fucking like bedtime story. I want to do that. I guess that's what's gonna go down. It's Spooktober, folks. I also feel very, very far away from the camera. So this is a story all about how I met Enya. This is a crazy story. Honestly, insanity. I have to fucking readjust this camera every 5 seconds. Hi, welcome to my life. I'm indecisive about everything I do. Basically, if you don't know, Enya and Drew are going on a comedy tour right now. It's called the Get Comfortable Tour. Go buy tickets if they haven't gone to your city, because you need to support them, obviously. Even if you don't like them, just like literally watch all their videos, and I promise you, you'll probably watch it. You'll probably enjoy it, hopefully. I don't know. So I'm going to talk about my experience meeting Enya and going to the comedy show, but I'm not going to like spoil too much of the show because like I can't do that. Legally, I'm not allowed to do that. So yeah, maybe they'll let me go on tour one day with them. It'll be the Enya, Drew, and Nicole Get Comfortable tour. So in this video, I'll show you guys clips of like some of the comedy stuff, like some of the things they said and talked about or saying, and then me meeting them because I recorded it. This was supposed to be a vlog, but I just like really wasn't in the mood to vlog anything. Like even after the comedy show, I went to Universal and I went to Halloween Horror Nights and didn't film a single second of footage from there because I was just not in the mood to vlog at all that weekend. So yeah. Enough talking and blabbing, let's freaking get into this. Okay, so I bought the ticket because I went to the Orlando show. The day they announced they were going on tour, I bought the ticket. I bought the meet and greet ticket because I'm broke and I could only afford it. It was $50. Well, the ticket itself was $39.99, but like with taxes and everything, it just turned into like $50, which I could still afford. I live like 2 hours away from the venue, so on Saturday, the day of the meeting, on Saturday, the day of the show, we left the house at like 7 o'clock. Our plan was to leave at 6:30, but I was eating breakfast, and so we got there at 7. We left the house at 7. Drove all the way to the venue. We drove straight to the venue. It was a whole 2 hours and 36 minutes of driving. And once we got to the venue, there was just like, it was like 9:30ish, 9:40ish in the morning. And they were letting meet and greets go in at like 11:30 supposedly. Like that's what it said on the ticket. But we'll get into that later. So basically at this point it was like 9:40 in the morning. There was like a small little group of people there, but like no one was in line per se. Like there was a line, but it wasn't like first come first served. Like, you know what I mean? It was just like you get into the line and just wait there. They don't give you a wristband. You just wait. But also, if you're going to any of those shows, don't assume that it's gonna be like how my show was. I'm sure every show they do it differently depending on like the venue size or capacity or whatever. But this is just how it was in the Orlando show. At this point, everyone in the car needed to pee. Like my mom, my dad, and myself, we all needed to pee. But, you know, my dad, he's a guy, he could figure it out. He fucking peed in a parking lot. Us, me and my mom, we have vaginas and we can't just pee like that. So we literally walked around the entire block trying to find something that was open, like anything, a restaurant, a store, anything. And we were having the worst luck. And finally, to our surprise, there was a Publix. It's like so dark in here. I'm so sorry. It's like raining outside. So if it looks dark, it's because it's raining and cloudy, and I blame Hurricane Michael. Even though I live nowhere near Hurricane Michael, like where it's going. Anyways, so we finally found a Publix and we peed, and I called my dad to just stand in line just in case anything was to go down. So yeah, after we walked back to the venue, my parents and I just kind of sat there. Like, they weren't going into the venue. They were literally just sitting there as moral support with me because I was going to be by myself once they left because they were just going to walk around the whole, like, area. After, like, an hour or so, they left and I was just, like, by myself, like, on my phone. Like, there were people on either side of the line that I could have talked to, but I was just like, I'm gonna stay true to myself and be myself, just be by myself. So, that's what I did, and then there were these windows. Okay, so, like, picture this. So the line is like this, and the building is, like, literally, like, not even a few feet away, and there's a bunch of windows on the building that you can, like, see into the venue. And everyone is in line and there's railing and everything like that. So we're just standing here, but like the venue and like everything is going on inside, and you can see the window and like the meet and greet area where they're like taking pictures and all that. The people in front of me were trying, and they'll get into the story, the people in front of me were trying to, you know, get Drew's attention, or just Enya and Drew's attention, because you know, who wouldn't want that? So Drew and Enya finally like looked out for a second out of the window, and they were waving at everyone, like Drew especially, and then like Drew kind of walked off to the side. This is all inside the venue, but they can see us from the outside. Keep that in mind. So this doesn't sound that confusing. Enya looked outside and everyone was waving and everyone was like, oh my god, hi. Like, I was waving, I'm like, ah, like, hi, like, I love you. And then like she kind of like looked back like to go to the meet and greet area, and then kind of like took a double take, and then I was like this, like, I don't know why in my mind I just thought I would be unique and be like, hey Enya, and she literally, I kid you not, took a double take and saw me and was like, oh my god, Nicole? Like, she said my Instagram username because she follows me on Instagram and Twitter. She's been following me for like, I think 3 years now on both of those. So she literally recognized me and was like, Nicole? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, oh my god, hi. Like, I couldn't hear her, but like I knew what she was saying. Like, I could read her lips. And she was like, oh my god, hi. And I was like, hello, Earth? Am I on it right now? No. And like the people in front of me took notice of this. They're like, oh my god, like, how do you know her? Like, how does she know you? And I'm like, we follow each other on Instagram. And then like it was so crazy. Like, I was literally shaking and I was like, I haven't even met her yet, but this already like fulfilled my enjoyment of like just meeting her. Like, I didn't even have to meet her. Just doing that interaction, that small interaction, meant so much to me. Like, I was shook. And the people in front of me, we all just started kind of like talking. And here, I'll say their names because they were really nice. And they lived in Orlando, so like for them it wasn't even that long of a drive. The people I met that were in front of me were Lorianne, Juan, Jalen, and George. Shout out to them if they're watching this. It was crazy. We just literally all just started talking to each other, and we were pretty much best friends. I would say. Brought Drew Slim Jims, or a Slim Jim and a Red Bull. So that was fun. And okay, so like at this point they were like saying, if you're all access, go to the front of the line, you guys are going into the venue. And you know, we were meet and greet, so like we were the last people to go in, us and general admission. So then once they called once they called meet and greet, we got to go inside and they gave us a wristband. Like, there were 2 wristbands. There was a red one and like a beige one, and we got the red ones. So then at this point we were all in the venue. We were just waiting for the show to start, but you can go buy merch at this time as well. So I did buy a shirt, which I will show you. Okay, so the shirt is dirty right now, but it says gut wrenching, and then insert word of choice here. I got ice cream on it. And then on the bottom of the shirt it has Enya, very wrinkled Enya, but Enya. And then on the back it has the tour dates, and yeah, that's the shirt. It was like $25 and I love it. And so that's that. And then I just stood with my group of friends and we were all just waiting for the show to start. And then when it started, all hell broke loose. It was all standing, by the way. So everyone was in front of each other just standing. It was kind of uncomfortable, but it was like totally fine. Because I've been in a general admission type show before, so like it wasn't like gonna be annoying for me. So yeah, the show started. The show's really good. We all had a good ass time. Insert the video clips that I have of the show that I recorded. Sorry if the clips are vertical. I'm just a dumbass and like didn't want to record them horizontally like this, so they're all mostly like this. I'm sorry.
Oh my god, I feel so nauseous. I can't believe they're letting us do this. Like, we're not professionals. I don't know what we're doing. What if I throw up? What if I poop and throw up at the same time? Like, how do I even look?
Calm down, bitch. I can't see anything. Like, just get on stage already.
Yeah, but what if I mess up and they hate me? Like, what do I do?
I just want to give a special thanks to Big Head, whoever the fuck just stood the hell in front of me. Like, I know I'm 5'2" or whatever, but like being that tall, man, what the fuck? You literally ruined like most of the videos I took because his big fat head was in the fucking view. I'm so sorry. And so yeah, then the show ended and it was like so brief that everyone was like, is this a prank? Like, are they sure that it's over? And so everyone just started shouting, encore, encore, encore. And then like the person that worked at Full Screen that was like at the event was like, okay guys, so the show's over. You guys can just chill for a second before a meet and greet starts, because like all the VIP and all access people got to meet her before the show, but meet and greet meets her after the show. And general admission doesn't meet her at all. They just see the show. If you needed to get that cleared up. I don't know why you would, but yeah. After all that, we were tired because we were standing for more than 3 hours outside just waiting to come into the venue, and then we stood for the show and we were just looking for a place to sit, but there was nowhere to sit. So we just sat right next to the floor, like next to the meet and greet line, but like we weren't sitting there on purpose, but like we kind of were. We were just sitting there because, you know, it was the floor and there was nowhere else to sit. So we sat there all together, and then the guy that worked for Full Screen that was at the venue like closed this curtain. He was like, okay guys, so like you guys are gonna stand back behind this curtain for meet and greet. And like we were in, like, before we even got to the venue, we were all planning like to be the last people because that meant like we were gonna have the most time with her to spend. We were like, okay, so we're gonna be the last people because that way we get to spend more time talking to her. But no, we ended up being the first people to go meet her. And I was the first person for meet and greet to meet Enya and Drew. I love that for me. I was fucking losing my shit. I brought a backpack, a tiny little backpack, and I brought a Sharpie, this poster right here that you see. That's what I was gonna make them sign because you get an autograph and a picture. But George, which is one of the friends I made, he had this plan that like he was gonna record us meeting them and take pictures at the same time with 2 different phones and then like airdrop it to us later. He recorded me meeting Enya and Drew, and then like the person that takes pictures for the meet and greet took pictures, and yeah, and I'll insert those videos here. Oh my god. Oh, and I'll try to like voice them over because you probably can't hear me or like what's being talked about. Drew was asking me if I was like the person that had a pass or something, and I was like, no, I'm just here for meet and greet. And then I'm like, hey, and then I hugged Enya, and then I hugged Drew. Gave them my posters signed. You just see each took out of my hand, and then so. And then here I was being a dumbass taking the, I was like, oh, let me get the poster. And they're like, don't you want to take the picture? And I'm like, yeah. And then they asked me what I thought of about the show, and I said, oh, I was like, it would be weird if I was like a parent. And they were like, yeah, imagine like how we felt performing for the parents. And I was like, yeah.
Come down right here.
I just want to say, like, I've been a huge stan since like 2012, and I've wanted to meet you since forever ago, and blah blah blah, and like I'm so happy to meet you now. And he was like, oh, that's so, like, I love you, and that's so cool, thank you for coming. And then I hugged her, and then she said my shirt material was weird. And then yeah, they were really nice, and like I was just like on cloud 9 at this point. I was so happy. I had met Enya. She literally knew who I was. She's like, it's so nice to meet you face to face. And I'm like, yeah, it sure fucking is. Holy fuck. Like, oh my god, I literally have been wanting to meet you since like 2014. And we literally went to the same One Direction concert, except she was like on the floor seats and I was like up in section 150. But like we went to the same One Direction concert, the last One Direction concert when One Direction was together. I can't breathe. We have literally been so close to each other. Like when she lived in Miami, we were so close in distance from each other. I literally could have met her anytime she was in Florida, ever. And I never had the chance to. And I finally did in 2018, a whole 6 years after standing this girl. And I'm sorry, Drew, I love you as well, but you know, I'm just a bigger stan of Enya. I feel like that's the case for a lot of people, although there were some people that were really big Drew stans. But if you're watching this, Enya and Drew, I'm sorry, Drew. I love you. You deserve all the love in the world. Also, your most recent video of you eating honeycomb is amazing. Anyways. So yeah, I met them. It was really cool. It was really crazy. So like literally we left after that, and that was that. Like that was it. Like we literally met them and that was it. We left. And then we all just kind of stood outside and we were just kind of like saying our goodbyes and like airdropping videos to each other, and it was fucking insane. And it was like, oh my god, it was so nice to meet you guys. Have a good life. And yeah, so we all follow each other on Instagram now, so that's super cool. And yeah, they were really nice. They're really funny. I love them, the people I met, and Enya and Drew. But yeah, and then I went to check into our hotel room, and then we went to Halloween Horror Nights at like 6:30, which I did not record a single bit, so don't expect anything else from this. But there's one more thing I wanted to say. A few days after, literally the day after, Enya had posted this outfit that she wore. I'll insert the picture now. It's, well actually I'll just show you the picture. She wore this outfit, which is pretty much like a black tank top and like high-rise blue jeans with a black belt. And that is literally what I wore to the show. And so she posted that on Instagram, on her Instagram story. And then I replied to the story and I was like, literally what I wore yesterday. And then she responds back and says, I don't know if you can see that, but right there, she says, I stole the fit. Enya stole my fit? I was, again, on cloud 9 because she responded to my, response to my reply. And she stole my outfit. Literally fucking wore the same thing I wore. And I was like, oh my god, like this is insane. This is even more insane because not only did I meet her, but she fucking wore the same outfit I wore the day after the tour. I was having an aneurysm. Like I literally met Enya and Drew. Like I met my idol. I met the person I stand for so long. It was like, I feel like I'm above everyone now. I'm superior because I met Enya. Like I can die happy now because I met my favorite person in this entire world. So that's it for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to keep watching my content, which also I know I haven't posted in a really long ass time, I apologize. I just haven't been in the mood lately for videos. And also I've just been trying to focus on school because that's a priority that I wish wasn't a priority, but it is, sadly. But yeah, I'll try to upload more stuff. Hopefully, no promises, but I do try to upload every week. So if you guys want to watch if you guys want to keep watching me, just subscribe. Like literally just fucking hit the subscribe button, and then maybe if you're feeling crazy, hit the notification bell button, because then you'll be notified when I upload a video. Love you, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Stay rad and stay bad. That's Sarah Vasquez's thing. I'm leaving. Okay, goodbye. Mwah. I met Enya and you didn't, except if you did, then you did, but okay, bye.